So we know that the Buccaneer Paragon makes money and buffs other merchantmen, and I did some more testing on it to see how it works, and what I found left me with more questions than answers. The Buccaneer Paragon behaves like a trade empire, and it gives the same bonuses like the trade empire would, with no exceptions. In my previous video, I thought it was a 10% buff, but it turns out it's a flat amount of $20 per merchantman. For example, one merchantman makes $200 per round. If you buy either the trade empire or the Buccaneer Paragon, the buff will be the same, and it will now make $220 per round, which makes sense. It's $20 times the amount of merchantmen we have, which is 1. If you buy 20 merchantmen, they will all make $600 each. That's the $200 initial cash and the $400 bonus. So that is $20 times 20 merchantmen. But here's the question: what happens when we buy the trade empire after we've bought the Paragon? Well, it turns out the buffs stack additively. So it's gonna be like we have 2 trade empires on the field, which means that each merchantman will now make $1,000 per round. And that's the question: is it a bug or is it a feature? Because on one hand, it only makes sense for it to give some sort of a buff to the merchantman, right? I mean, the Paragons usually have the properties of the 5th tiers that we sacrificed, but if this is intended, then why is the bonus cash so low? A trade empire costs only about $30,000 to get, and since the Paragon buff to the merchantman is the exact same one, why are we paying $600,000 for a buff that costs $30,000 in the first place? So is this a bug or a feature?